Welcome to Mom Boss Chronicles, the show that celebrates the incredible journey of mom bosses who are conquering the world of business and motherhood. We are your hosts, Jen,
Danielle,
and Sue.
Make sure to like and subscribe and share with your mom friends today. Welcome back, everyone, to Mom Boss Chronicles. We have another short take on a hot topic. We're going to be talking about screen time. Mm-hmm. This is definitely a controversial. Yes, I remember before I became a mom, being like, "Ugh, my kids will never watch screen time in the restaurant, or they won't have their own iPad."
Yeah, so naive,
yeah,
yes. Oh, that's so cute.
So cute. And I feel like I still don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
It's finding a balance.
Yeah.
If you can, I think it saves the day sometimes, or
it's necessary.
Long car rides. Having the iPad in there is definitely much better. I used to just count posts as we went by, but use your imagination, color, read, whatever. But I think it is helpful in that capacity. I suppose monitoring what it is that your children are consuming on screen time. I know at one point I had regular YouTube.
Me too. And rookie mistake. Same. Hunter was my first.
I definitely tell you could see the difference and that.
And he would tell me he was scared. I'm like, what are you watching?
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, no wonder why.
Come up.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, ads, the
content,
videos, the content, the cursing, the weird shit. It's just fucking
same.
weird.
So I deleted it. He was very upset, but I don't care.
Oh, I didn't. Well, that's it. You have to say no,
and you have to hear the whining.
Yes,
and it sucks,
and it's okay, and you get through it. You know. And now it's he's he'll still ask every now and then, but we have limited screen time. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. There's a certain time and place for it, and then once it's done, it's done. And what I've learned is helpful is I will be 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, 5 more minutes. It's not just I'm not just grabbing it from him my lesson. And that's really anything.
I know
there's a countdown,
a transition.
Right? Yes, exactly. So that has been helpful. 5 more minutes, 2 more minutes, 1 minute, we're done.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably do it in such a way where he knows my mom means it.
Yes.
Yeah. And for me, I feel like the screen time is necessary too, because sometimes my kids come home from a long day of school and they're just stressed and then I give them a little bit of screen time, and then when I take it away and then we have dinner, and then I can notice they're a little bit more able to regulate. Yeah. But too much of it obviously makes them a little crazy too. So I know you have.
Yeah. So we recently did a whole screen time overhaul.
Detox?
Yeah, detox. And
what made you do it?
Really. So we went on vacation, I guess, what was it, the end of March, right? When was Easter?
Yeah.
End of March?
Beginning of April,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was just noticing Dylan's horrible behavior, and we're sitting by the pool and he's asking me to go up to the hotel room because he wants to watch his iPad.
Yeah.
And it's you're right here in front of a pool, go swim.
Yeah. I'm this is crazy. So we got home and I'm we're done. The iPads are gone. They haven't touched their iPads since our trip.
Was there obviously protests and crying?
Yeah. I'd say the first 2 weeks were hard.
And that's hard for you as a mom.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I was committed to it.
That's awesome.
But we were I feel in a bad place. June was watching the iPad to fall asleep because I wanted to watch it because she goes to sleep and she stays up till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So I'm I just want a minute to myself. But I'm this is so bad. She's got this screen a couple inches from her face to fall asleep. No more.
Yeah.
And
so it was an adjustment for everyone.
Yeah. Dylan hasn't played his Switch since
amazing.
He hasn't even asked.
Wow.
Since the first couple weeks. TV has been extremely limited. I'd say June watches a little more than Dylan does. Because Dylan's he can go in the backyard by himself.
Yeah.
He could,
and he's got sports and stuff too.
Yeah, so he's busier. But the first couple weeks, I heavily bought crafts and stuff. I had to really be hands-on with them.
Think about it.
Yeah.
How am I going to distract them?
And it made me realize how hands-off I was in that regard.
Yep.
I mean, he's at the age where he should be able to entertain himself.
Yes.
But he really needed hand-holding through the process.
Because they weren't used to it.
Yeah. And it started with him jump roping outside and having this contest with himself of how many jump ropes he can get. And he went from barely being able to jump rope to being extremely good in 2 days.
Yeah.
And now he just wants to go outside all the time. He learned
Good.
how to ride a bike.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got really into baseball.
Yeah.
Whereas he normally would have just played the baseball season and it would have been whatever. But now he's like, wants to go outside and play catch and hit the ball. And
He's seeing like his progress,
Yes.
right? And it's inspiring for
Yeah.
him to keep going.
and
yeah.
he's finding things he likes
Yeah.
and tapping into his imagination and all these things he wouldn't have been doing if I
Yeah.
didn't make this change.
Yeah.
So is there no screen time or iPad at all?
It's so I'll give them a little TV. So whether it's like maybe a little bit after school, usually I'll wait though until whatever activity or playing outside, then I'll let them have a little, maybe like 45 minutes to an hour tops.
That's awesome.
I think an hour is even like a stretch for him lately. He's
That's awesome.
really barely been on screens.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he used to watch every morning before school. Now it's nope, he doesn't even ask. I
Good.
let him have it on the weekends.
Okay.
The TV in the morning.
Yeah.
But no iPad still.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even ask for it.
Good.
It's
'Cause
wild.
he knows that's the way that this
yeah,
works. Yeah.
And I, had to get his dad. I'm not together with his dad for people who don't know. So when he goes to his dad's house, I had to make sure he was making this change too. And I think he's definitely giving more screen time than I am, but
Yeah.
not like he was.
Yeah.
And he's taking Dylan out to do more
Good.
things. And
Oh, that's so nice to hear that like he's on board too
Yeah.
and supportive.
yeah. So it's really cool.
It's so good to hear this story because, like, as a mom whose kids have the iPad and screen time,
Yep.
I get so nervous. Like, oh my God, how will they adjust? But they do adjust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's us that like
It's
Yeah.
It was a
gets
true detox. It's like a drug, and he was so bad with it, and she was starting to get so bad with it. So it's really just like a total change in
So for
our
her,
lifestyle.
like even the bedtime routine you said. So now it's different.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let her watch a little bit of TV, which, like I said, she has more, just because she just stays up. Like Dylan he lays down in bed, and I shut the door.
He's
and
tired.
Goes to
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
You know, she's just on a whole different level right now. So I let her watch a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, time to go to bed.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I'm a little nervous for the winter and how I'm going to keep them occupied.
That's
and
a hard part. I
screens.
know what you mean.
Yeah.
When it gets darker,
Right,
like days.
Yeah, what do you do
Yeah.
when it's
You'll
dark
figure
at
it out.
4:30
Yeah.
and it's
I would say
freezing outside?
the best thing is just take it day by day.
Yeah.
You've come this far. Don't worry, you'll figure it out.
I know.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, and by that time, I mean it'll have been months. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
that's
like
true,
and
too.
you'll figure
It's not like
it
you're
out.
going cold turkey. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a little rough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were lucky we were coming into the nicer weather, and he does so many after school activities too. So hoping that will continue. And
Yeah.
he's joining a travel baseball team.
Oh my
He's
God.
Wow.
You'll be
yeah,
busy.
yeah.
So he's really into the
He's
baseball.
really into the baseball.
And who
It's
knew if
cool.
he's had the screen time, like you were saying, would he have loved
I don't
it?
think so. I really don't.
Yeah,
That
this
is
is
amazing.
Yeah.
this is inspiring to
Very
hear.
inspiring.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really cool to see the change. I did not think it was like I was so upset about it.
Yeah.
and it really has changed him in a lot of ways. So that's
Okay.
cool to see. He still, has an attitude, but can't change that.
I feel like we could do hard things. That's what I have to tell myself. Like because
Yeah.
I remember even taking away the pacifier. My daughter cried for a few nights, and
Yep.
you have to mentally prepare
Yes.
yourself to go through that
Yeah.
crying. And same thing with taking away a tablet or a device.
Yep.
Like you're gonna have mentally prepare for the pushback,
Right.
Totally.
the whining, the
Yep.
complaining. But like you said, you prepared. You could do it. Just gotta get through it.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
tell your brain, like, I'm the parent.
Yeah, who's the parent? Yeah.
I know. I'm the adult. Who put me in charge?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's my house.
Who's the adult here? Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's
I
me.
asked myself that so many days.
That's so funny. Whose house is this?
Yeah. But yeah, that's my.
I love that.
yeah.
Way to go. Good job.
And I love that it's not like completely cold turkey, like you said. Like he can have some screen time, but it's limited. Like they understand, like yes, you get to
Yeah.
enjoy this, but this is not the every day, all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks, it was pretty cold turkey. It was like.
That's awesome. That's what you gotta do, I guess.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
we're not doing this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Well, I mean, it can be done. That's what it shows, you know?
And yeah, and I still say, I think I said to him yesterday, because I told him I talked to the coach for the travel team. He's like, yes, he was so excited. And I was like, do you think you would have done this if you were still like on your screens all the time? So
What did he say?
He said no, probably
I love
not.
that he's not mature enough to even realize it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Point
but
that
it's
out.
like, so I think it's important to point that out.
Right.
Absolutely.
I said you probably wouldn't have learned how to
Yes.
ride a bike.
Yep.
Because he was giving me so much pushback on that.
Like, I don't want to go out and do that. I know what you mean. Of course he didn't want to go out and do that. Cause,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was sitting in front of his iPad or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so that's my spiel.
I wish we had like more of that like 90s like
Right.
where the
More
kids
free
were
range.
yeah.
Like go out, scrape your knees.
Because that's like the hard
you know.
thing I think with the screen time right now. It's like it's hard to just
Right.
let them go out.
Go. And
yeah.
two, like, you know, he's riding his bike now, and I know in, you know, a year or two he's going to want to go ride with his friends. And the scariest part is people texting and driving and not paying attention
know.
and hitting people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's like, I think
Even
the
if you can
difference,
look out and stop at stops.
right.
I know what you mean.
It's
Be
that's a
defensive.
big
Yeah.
difference between now and when we were kids.
Yeah.
People were
So
paying
different.
attention more when we were
Right.
kids.
Yeah.
They weren't distracted when they were driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that totally freaks me out.
Yeah. Well, it's a
But
topic
that's
for
a whole
that's a topic for another
topic,
day, for sure.
But thank you for sharing your inspiring story with screen time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely no judgment.
And no,
to people
I'm
with
right. And no
screens,
judge.
but-
Whatever works. It's like I was the mom who judged, and then my kids use it. So like,
Right.
I think we just have to learn in parenthood. Like
Yeah.
you just have to take it day by day.
Right.
We're all in survival mode,
Yeah,
right? Like, and we just do what works for us. And but I do think like hearing that too is inspiring, and that it can help. I mean, for myself, we don't do a hell of a lot of screen time, but like that we could use some,
Like
some
limits.
shaving off.
Yeah,
you
some
know?
limit.
Get outside a
trim
little
the
bit
fat.
more. Yeah, exactly. Especially now that the weather's
Well, yeah.
nice and like Michael's getting more into like basketball, like the sports
Yeah,
stuff. Like let's get
that's cool to
outside
see.
and
It's
yeah.
cool to find what they
Right.
like. And I've completely cut off YouTube. It's
Yeah.
not
That's
allowed
all,
in my
even the
house
kids.
anymore.
Like the
If we're out, like we were at Dylan's baseball game yesterday, and June was just being so bad.
She didn't
was
wanna sit there, right?
Literally darting away from me, and I'm running after her. So I gave her my phone because
you wanna watch the game.
Yeah,
I know what
I
you
put
mean.
Paw
Yeah.
Patrol on my phone.
Yeah.
So it's not like she's watching like
Yes.
the weird
Skibbity toilet,
Yeah,
fucking weird
right.
crap.
yeah.
But other than that, like no YouTube. It's not
Yeah.
allowed in the house.
Yeah, that's and I like that. Like
Fair.
you know when to use it if it's going to work. Because I know what you mean. Because I've tried to watch Hunter play street hockey the other day. Maddie was not having it, but I'm
Right.
like, how to give her the screen time. Because like I want to watch him and I don't want to run after you.
know.
Like,
No.
Right.
Yeah.
but there is a time and a place for it.
Survival mode.
Yes. Yeah.
And yesterday, now that I think about it, Hunter got in trouble because he didn't do good in tennis. So his punishment was he couldn't have no screen time, no TV, even no iPad. And now that I think about it, wasn't even a bad night. He read.
Right.
He like played with his
great that he
stuffies.
read.
Like
Yeah.
he went for a bike ride. Like
Yeah.
he went to bed at a normal time. Like wow, the day went
Right.
smoother. And now I'm wondering. I realized
Yeah.
it went smoother because
Yeah.
he wasn't on it.
Right. I'm convinced it's so toxic for their brains
Yep.
now. Now I'm on this like kick of like
So yeah.
All right.
Thank you for the inspiration.
Yeah, for real.
yeah, absolutely. Good luck.
We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks
Bye.
for listening.